So there's gotta be like 4 million videos on YouTube on how to handle a tough crowd, a crowd that won't dance, but I don't think there's any videos on how to handle an easy crowd, a crowd that's great, a crowd that'll dance to anything. Until now. What's up, people? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me. So I gotta be honest with you guys, the fact that you're watching this right now, I applaud you, because this is one of those videos that I don't think it's gonna get a lot of plays. You see, good crowds, dancing crowds, outgoing crowds, like, you know, those great crowds, those crowds that no matter what you play, they dance, right? The best thing in the world. Most DJs sleep on these crowds because it's just so easy. You play whatever and they dance. So DJs just do what they normally do. They dance, they have a great time, they pat themselves on the back, said they did a great job, and they keep it moving. You know, most DJs don't look to maximize on these opportunities. They think they're already doing great. Oh, they dance, so that's it. You know what I mean? They don't think about it deeper. So as a result, I'm sure a lot of DJs saw the title of this video and were like, I don't need help with good crowds. I mean, good crowds are easy. Why would I watch a tip video on good crowds? I crush every good crowd. I'm the best with good crowds. But I'm here to say that those DJs are missing out on a huge opportunity here. You see, when I have a good crowd in front of me, just making them dance isn't enough. Like, I want their heads to fucking explode. So in this video, I want to give you some techniques on how to do that. But before we do, let's talk about how to identify that we have a great crowd, besides the obvious that, you know, they just pack the dance floor the second you tell them to dance. Now, early on in your wedding, there's a couple little signs you can look for that can really give you good insight on whether or not you got a great crowd in front of you. None of these signs are 100%, okay? I've had some of these signs happen and then the crowd ended up sucking. I had to really like pull out some stops to get them to dance. But like most of the time, when you see one or more of these signs, you probably got a great crowd. Sign number one, they're dancing into the ballroom, right? This goes if your cocktail hour's in a separate room, they open up the doors. Hopefully you're playing upbeat music, right? Like that fun little two-stepping type of music I've talked about in other videos, right? You should have a doors open crate full of some great stuff, not dancing bangers, but you know what, the ones that just go right to the edge of dancing, you know, so you still kind of two-step into the room, right? You should be playing that stuff, and the people, if they're a great crowd, will be dancing into the room. You're gonna have multiple people kind of, oh, okay, getting in the room with their drink in their hands, just, oh, okay, doing a thing. Now, while they're walking in, sign number two is if they go to the bar, right? If you already have a line at the bar, if the bar's open when the ballroom opens, sometimes they close it or whatever, but if it's open, if you see a line at the bar, pretty much any time of the night, line at the bar, that's a good thing, okay? Drinking's good. Drinking fuels the fun. Drinking fuels the mayhem and the dancing and all that good stuff. So anytime you have a line at the bar or you see groups of people doing shots, anything alcohol related, great sign. Another sign is the overall volume of the room. Are people loud? Are they talking over each other, right? Do they seem like a little kind of wasted, right? Because they're talking loud. Are they yelling and screaming, singing along? During your introductions, when you ask them to cheer, do they cheer their asses off? Do they like loud, like whoa? Like you ever do like intros? All right, let's hear it for them. And then, oh, whoa, like you didn't expect like 150 people to be that loud? Like, obviously, great sign. And just overall, you're gonna feel the vibe. Like, I'm all about vibes. I'm not like, you know, I don't do yoga or anything, but I'm a firm believer in vibes. You know, you'll feel the vibe in the room like, whoa, like everyone's feeling good. Everyone's happy. Everyone's excited. Everyone's ready to party. Like, you're gonna feel that vibe in the room. You're gonna feel it coming like, man, I got a good feeling. But I'm superstitious, so I never say it out loud. I just keep it in the back of my head. Like, I never, like, Santi's always like, yo, Nick, like, I think it's gonna be a good crowd. They're sounding good. I'm like, shut up, Santi. Don't even say it. Don't you jinx this for me. Don't you jinx it. We're just not gonna say it. We're gonna see what happens. We're just gonna see what happens. Anyway, one or more of these signs are happening, right? You feel it in the air. You got a great crowd in front of you. How do you handle this? Well, first of all, the good news is there's nothing you could do wrong, okay? You got a great crowd. You could be lazy and just play whatever. They're gonna dance and have a good time. You just got a great crowd. So there's no real pressure in this situation. So the real question is, how do you maximize on this opportunity? For me, when I have a good crowd, I like to trim the fat of like what I normally do at a wedding. I eliminate anything that's not necessary. I want everything at this wedding to happen as organically as possible. And to do this, I utilize one of the most powerful things in all of mankind, music. When you have a good crowd, you want to egg them on. You want to feed the monster. You just want to poke the bear. You just want to do everything you can to get them more excited, singing louder, tap your foot. It's like one of those like, fights about to happen in front of you and you're egging it on, you know, with your siblings or something. Like, oh man, I can't believe you said that. You're going to let them talk to you like that? Huh? What are you gonna do about it? You won't punch him in the face. Like, Like, same thing, you know, you won't sing this song. You won't tap your foot to this song. You won't get up and start dancing to this song. Like, that's literally what I'm doing by the music I'm playing for these people. A great way to do this is to blow their minds early. Don't save anything. Remember, good crowds will dance to anything. So any of your bangers, right? Any of your bangers that you kind of like spread out throughout the night, play them all in the first set. Blow their minds. Like, don't like, you know, play 30 seconds of every song like super fast and just like obviously mix it, obviously do a great set, but don't save anything. Like legit, like play all the bangers up front as much as you can. Just first set, just hit them with everything. Because if their level's already here, you want to take their level through the roof, just straight through the roof, because you're going to have the greatest crowd of all time for the rest of the night. The more you egg them on, the crazier the party will get. And as a part of hitting them with everything, don't allow any downtime. Like even when you want to slow it down for dinner, right? Even if you're going chill for dinner, play songs that they're going to belt out, right? Slow songs that they're going to belt out. I Will Always Love You by Whitney Houston, right? That Celine Dion song, touch me like this, touch me like, I forget the name of it, whatever. That song, right? Like, if you're gonna slow it down with songs that people are gonna belt at the top of their lungs, okay? Don't allow one dull moment because there's no reason to be. You got a great crowd in front of you. Like, make them rage the entire time. If you continue to feed them and feed them and feed them, they're gonna get drunker and drunker. They're gonna get more wild than ever. And before you know it, that last hour, that last set you do at the end of the night, right? That peak hour, everyone's peak drunk, peak everything, raging. It is going to blow everybody's minds, and it's just going to feed each other. The whole thing feeds itself, you know, and then it's just this whole circle hurricane of fucking craziness just happening on the dance floor. Like, I'm telling you, like, it is the greatest thing ever. It's the weddings I live for, honestly. I mean, it's the pinnacle of everything. I've had plenty of them, and I don't know, every time I leave these weddings thinking, man, that was just one for the fucking books. I'll never forget that. When you have a great crowd in front of you, you gotta realize that you have a huge opportunity to create the greatest wedding that any of these people have ever experienced in their entire life. Like, a good crowd is a perfect storm of this family group mixed with this friends group and this family group and this friends group that are all super outgoing and love to dance. It's like this perfect storm of a conglomerate of people that will never all be together at the same time again. And you have to just maximize on this. Like, it could be the craziest wedding ever. Like, when you think about a great wedding, when you think about a wedding that's talked about for 10, 20 years after it happens, it's not because, oh, the dance floor is packed and we danced all night. I mean, people will talk about that and be like, well, I had a great time. We danced all night, dance floor was packed, DJ killed it, blah, blah, blah. But like, it's the stories. It's the crazy shit that happens during that wedding that ends up being talked about forever, right? People dancing on tables and chairs, you know, people taking off their clothes and just throwing up on the dance floor and freaking, like, I want craziness, right? Unless the couple obviously said, hey, you know, I really would like to have a low-key, you know, nice wedding. I don't want anybody getting out of hand. I want everything to be responsible. But like, I've never had anybody tell me that. Anybody. Like, I haven't had one couple tell me that before, so I don't know. There's exceptions to all this, but regardless, I want mayhem. Mayhem is what makes stories. Mayhem is what makes things last forever. These stories will live on, right? You have an opportunity here, DJs, so hit them with everything. Don't save nothing. So in closing, just remember, DJs, the next time you are blessed with the opportunity to have a fantastic crowd in front of you that are just gonna rage all night no matter what you do, maximize on that opportunity. Crush that wedding. Don't let them eat. Don't let them breathe. Just shove these amazing hot fire bangers down their throat and make them rage so hard that they burn down the entire venue. And guess what? That wedding you DJ'd will be talked about forever. But that's it, people. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate every single one of you. Like, comment, subscribe, all that great stuff. And I'll see you at the next one.